But it doesn't matter because there's killers through one. There's killers. 1, 2. Oh!
He's falling down, trying to get the stop. Great jump from TRK. Backwards.
They should have let it go in. Now Roas is there. He fakes the touch. Kiileerrz can. Oh, no!
I'm the king of the 1v1.
Rw9 and Kiileerrz are two twins who are really good at Rocket League. They started playing Rocket League competitively near the end of 2020, but during this time, RLCS have not recognized the region of Middle East and North Africa as an official region. So all of the top players resorted to playing in smaller local tournaments, European events, and 1v1 show matches. However, with COVID-19 slowly falling out, the Rocket League community were anticipating for a big announcement, and on September 15th, 2021, Rocket League Esports broke the silence and announced a brand new revamped format, LAN's finally coming back, and most important of all,
we're introducing Asia Pacific North, Asia Pacific South, MENA, which is Middle East and North Africa, and SSA, Sub-Saharan Africa.
MENA to be an official region to compete in the RLCS. After this announcement, the entire community were ecstatic, especially Middle Eastern players and organizations. Money was thrown into picking up top players, with Falcons being by far the biggest org. Rw9 and Kiileerrz, however, were only 14, and the minimum age requirement to compete in the RLCS was still 15. Luckily for them, a huge tournament was set to be held in Riyadh, Gamers 8. The twins were able to play in the Saudi E-Leagues, a qualifier for the Gamers 8 LAN. There were 3 events for the E-League, a open qualifier consisting of 36 teams, then a closed qualifier, then the main event where the top 4 teams got sent out to Gamers 8 to represent MENA. In the open qualifier, the twins barely squeezed by, beating F16 Esports 3-1 to take the last spot. In the closed qualifier, they actually would win their group with 2 Game 7 wins. And the day before the twins' 15th birthday, the main event of the Saudi E-Leagues were held, which consisted of 6 teams playing round robin, where the top 3 through 6 got seeded to a playoff bracket, and the top 2 were seeded into an upper bracket final. The twins went 4-1, only losing to the face of MENA, Falcons. And in the playoffs, F16 came second again, losing only to Team Falcons twice. This great event for Rw9, Kiileerrz, and Basel qualified them to the Gamers 8 LAN in their home country. With a $2.1 million prize pool, this is their debut event to show the world how good they really were. This LAN had a different format compared to regular RLCS events. There are 4 groups consisting of 6 teams, where only 2 teams make it out of each group to get seeded into a standard 8-player playoff bracket. However, the game mode would switch every game from standard to either 2v2 or 1v1 depending on the loser's choosing. F16 played Simper for their debut series, where they humiliated them in a sweep. A big statement series proving MENA has depth. Their next series against FaZe would be their first big test. And after going up 2-1 in the series, F16 got to play 1v1, a match between Rw9 and First Killer. Now, I haven't said this yet, but MENA are all really good at 1v1s. That is their bread and butter. Rw9, who is a top 10 1v1 player in the world, proved it, advancing them into the bracket to play Furia. Unfortunately, in this series to qualify them to the playoffs, Rw9 lost his match against Yan, another great 1v1 player from South America, and lost the series in Game 5 to drop them to the lower bracket, to a team they are familiar with, FaZe Clan. However, in this matchup, F16 wouldn't play to their standards, and FaZe would defeat F16 in a dominant sweep, ending the twins and Basel's first run. Well, in every group, the loser from the upper bracket final ended up losing again to not qualify from every group. So it wasn't a bad result by any means. And since the twins turned 15, they were finally able to play RLCS. For their first of many RLCS events, they dropped Basel von Nader, and this proved to be the missing piece. In the Swiss stage, they swept everyone, including the infamous Team Falcons. And after beating both teams dominantly to make the grand final, they met Team Falcons on the other side. After a back and forth battle with a 3-minute overtime, KRN beat Falcons in Neo Tokyo to win their first of many RLCS regional. In the first RLCS event, they came in and beat the big boogeyman of the MENA region. However, with MENA only having 1 spot for the fall major, they needed to keep beating them to solidify that spot. In the second regional again, they went 3-0, avoiding Team Falcons this time. However, tragedy struck in the semifinals and they lost to Twisted Minds going out top 4. With Team Falcons winning, they needed to win the next regional to attend the major. However, this second regional, a big name YouTuber made an org looking to pick these guys up, and that creator was Sunless Khan. This pickup brought their names to even more light, giving exposure to Sunless's audience. This was perfect timing to what they needed to do to win the last regional. Swiss started bumpy with a loss from GK to have them finish 3-1. No worries though, as Rw9 was placed on the other side of the bracket from Team Falcons. Rw9 dominated Simper and got revenge on GK to advance them to the grand finals, where they awaited none other than Team Falcons once again. This grand final single-handedly would decide who attended the fall major. No retries or second chances.
The quarterfinals, and now we have Kiileerrz popping off in game number 2. This is something that's happened far too many times for us. Boom, baby. Comfortable over here on the blue half. Natter get on the board. 10 seconds. Now 3. Not even close. Not even close. Ton of time. Still a ton of time. Ross in net. What a save! Let's go! He's a fiend!
Unfortunately for Rw9, Falcons took the major spot with a dominant 4-1 win, and they had to wait and watch Falcons until the winter split started. Rwasa Kiileerrz would have a roster change, replacing Natter with Mawson, a star player on Twisted Minds. Looking at the first 2 regionals, Rw9 made the grand finals, but got slammed by Falcons both regionals. And now entering the final regional, they needed to 1. Win the regional, and 2. Not face Falcons if they do, because they were too far ahead in points. Rw9 did make the grand final after a sweep on Vision, but on the other side of the pitch stood Falcons, clinching them to the major. Rw9 did finally beat Falcons for their second regional win, but it was too little too late, and they had to sit again and watch on the sidelines again. However, the spring split would be where everything would change. In the first regional, Rw9 won again with Falcons baking out early top 4. However, in the second, Falcons beat them in game 7 overtime. Then Twisted Minds swept them out top 3. So entering the final regional of the entire 22-23 season, both Rw9 and Falcons were tied. If Rw9 did make the major, they also had a chance to snipe Falcons' World Championship spot if they played well enough there. A single regional to decide once again who made the major. In the upper bracket semifinals, they fell down 3-0 3-0 against Twisted Minds. But they dug deep and climbed all the way back into the series, taking it in Game 7 overtime to reverse sweep into the upper bracket final, stopping Falcons to take one of the grand final spots. Fortunately for Rw9, Falcons lost in the lower bracket final against Twisted Minds at 7, clinching the spring major and also winning the final regional on top of it.
The best team in Middle East and North Africa, and folks, with the way they have been playing, I think there's no doubts, no haters, no doubters, no people questioning this. They are worthy.
And this spring major would be absolutely historical for MENA. Rw9 needed a minimum top 8 to outscore the Falcons in the season rankings, which would be tough as Falcons have placed very poorly in both majors. And this is how Rw9 would have the most crazy overtime in RLCS history and debut in their first RLCS LAN.
Desperate to see anything else that isn't the blue side of the field. Kiileerrz reset! The bends! 1-0 Rw9!
Chances they had earlier on. Kiileerrz actually cheating to the mid boost there. It does not work in their favor. West misses, and it's surely in. It is Rafinho.
Difficult to break out and also difficult to give one up for free drums. Oh, that's incredible! The ceiling, Mostyn to get bumped a little bit. Kiileerrz, top corner!
Crew need possession.
Crew Esports will know that's been the mistake. Oh, Ray of all ways! Brad off the kickoff! And Rw9 did not like the idea of that play. They might like this one. No! Off the ball! And it's gone wide!
Oh, what fake by Rw9. Dangerous. Kiileerrz with a free dribble the other way. Rw9 up quickly for it. Brad has to read this. He does not read it! And that's the game! That's the series! It took a while, but Rw9 get the job done.
Took an extra game.
All of the players. Oh, that's a chance for Seiko, and it's in! Against... For Seiko, and that is going to be the first sweep of the spring major. BDS send Rw9 to the lower bracket and confirm.
Also to potentially perfect sweep Rw9. You know, and I mean,
Keep it a 0-0 fever. The gaming's on his way. Surely Rw9.
continue on in their journey here in Boston.
It might be one more goal. It is one more goal. Take on defense. Roas working it out now. Gets the bump. Ken wants to get the first on the ball. Yume.
We'll dive in. Kiileerrz getting demoed, but Kiileerrz did get a piece of it. Mostyn off the bar. AJG tipping it to safety. Still in the air.
Still up.
That's still up. And it's AJ. Oh my!
Well, if this spring major doesn't have something special about it, I don't know what it is.
Kiileerrz though will have another shot.
Can it be Rw9 this time? Is there else to again? Another shot follow-up. Roas has got a friend in the middle. Yume for the shot. It's lost the complexity zone. Everything else. But that is going to be it. Rw9, 3-1.
Rw9 knock complexity out of the Boston Major. Let reset now behind the ball. Infield attempt from Roas. Battling through. 1v1. Going for the air dribble dunk. And Roas.
Waiting down a great low 50 there, but right now it's Mostyn. Oh, Joyo's awkward. Catches even more.
Will we see adjustments? Will we see progress? Or will we
Breaks
see
up
more
ball.
Rw9 domination? Roas.
They go down 3-0 here. Joyo ceiling reset. One more. Put it on there, baby. He faked out. Roas hits the ball forward. Can Joyo do it? Can he get another one on target? Cash is ready, but this could expose Juicy last man. They're going for the bump. They've got the bump. They've got it on net. Oh, he gets a whiff. Roas follow up, throws it up. Oh, Joyo's been bumped. Joyo's been bumped. Kiileerrz goes back. Rw9 wants it. Ball in the air. They need the ground. Rw9. The whiff comes through.
The Cinderella story for Rw9 continues.
Rw9 has something special cooking, and Roas leaves it on a self-serve for Vitality to get back out to the midfield.
And it's already a counter-attack game.
Leads way, power play, down his field. Slows down, returns it. Mostyn known for it. Roas instead of Ross. Beautiful play. Rw9 thinking twice, but here comes Zed. He's done it before. Can he do it again? Instead, lets him go.
And with 1 second remaining, it hits the ground. Back in the...
The time is now for him to start contributing. Roas carrying, looking, but Zen has it read. Not the best bounce. Free shot saved by a... No bump on the goal line. Alpha in a 1v1. This could be it. For days, has the bump. It rolls forward, but another huge save. And Rw9 stands strong. Just has to play with his food, slowing it down yet again. We've seen this shot and attempt time and time again from Vitality, from the ceiling, putting it on
His first RLCS land, and Vitality still scoreless. Flip reset. Kiileerrz almost ended it, but we're still moving on. Mostyn off the post. Nothing can break through.
50 to Zen. Zen gonna catch this one and try to dribble around. You have numbers in front. It's Kiileerrz. Mostyn will call his own number. Here comes Vitality, but they can't break. Maybe it does pay off. Hold on. It's a breakaway chance.
One
to the corner.
What opportunity.
Here comes Rw9, but Alpha yet again an easy read. Vitality on the pitch. Are you kidding? To Rw9, find one goal. Are you kidding? Top left slot. This ball is sent into Fenway.
Rw9 came fourth in their very first RLCS LAN, and even though they got swept by Vitality, the best team in the world, it was the closest sweep ever, consisting of 3 OTs with one of them being over 12 minutes long. And the funniest thing of all, since North America sucks so much ass at the major, Rw9 sniped the final world spot, advancing them to a minimum top 16, completely skipping the Swiss stage. But sadly, they did not play a great event, losing to G2 in the first round and beating a familiar face Twisted Minds in 7, ending their run against Space Station 4-1 to end Rw9's 22-23 season. However, there was a big tournament after Worlds that the Twins were familiar with, Gamers 8, and this event would go so much better than Worlds. They cruised easily through Group D, sweeping Secret and beating Version 1 dominantly 3-1. And in the quarterfinals of the playoffs, Rw9 found a player which everyone wanted to see 1v1 Rw9, and that player was Zen, the defending world champion and MVP of Worlds, completing the most dominant split we have ever seen from a rookie. After a 5.5 minute overtime win, we got to see the 1v1 on the big stage in game number 2.
We have it. Let's go. Rw9. Let's go. Versus Zen on LAN. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because you are about to have a wild ride.
Two players that are just so quick, and Rw9 will strike first.
But rotates via the mid. Both on 100, Zen with one. Goes to Musty!
He's got to wait. Or Zen has to wait, rather. Gonna take an aggressive challenge, and he's just giving Rw9 a free goal. Contact, then it's at least contested afterwards. But you miss it, you get punished, and what a fight! Oh, that's disgusting! 4-goal comeback!
Favor of Zen, but the mid boost now picked up by Rw9. Up for one, now the airdrop bump, it's going there again. Manages to just sneak round. Another high risk, another high reward, falling in favor of Rw9. To the ceiling, gets one, Rw9 meets him there, the 50.
So quick.
Goes sideways across our pitch, the lateral plays. Now Zen, opportunity with 30 boost. Goes low with it, he is learning, but as is Rw9. And a long shot. It's 8 for Rw9.
Again, Zen's got a full boost though. Rw9 has nothing. He's only got one. He needs the corner. This is a chance for Zen. He needs to get it with time. The bump. He misses. Rw9 got the touch. Zen needs time. He's got none. Rw9 taking down Zen in the ones.
A spectacular game from both players. Two titans battle above the city of Riyadh.
I'm the king of the 1v1. Chill, bro, chill. Huh? Chill. Chill.
Rw9 put on a stellar performance to put Rw9 up 2-0 on the World Champions. In Game 3, they humiliated Vitality 5-0 in the threes match. In Game 4, with the World Champions on their back, Rw9 and Kiileerrz showed their twinergy in twos.
A fake out, Rw9 goes in low! The boys, the twins, the twinergy of Rw9! They are on top right now in this series. First minute. Rw9 lead.
This is absolutely mental.
No
This
way!
is absolutely mental. My brain cannot comprehend the absolute dominant performance right now. Ball for Vitality. This is it. They have to find a way to start this reverse sweep. Zen flipping it over once. Got the bump. The shot. Goal! Could be another OT, but they just win the kickoff. Kiileerrz got the catch. Try the low 50. It's not going to work against Zen.
50 goes in favor. Zen gets a long shot. Rw9 is there. Goal line clear, one demo, second bump, the double demo, and Alpha's on target!
Vitality! What a recovery! I've once again resuscitated on Wasteland. But there's still 10 seconds. Roas, midfield, who's bumping?
No way!
It's Roas
No
shooting!
way!
No bomb needed! It's simply an outplay! It won't go for it. Alpha to the ground. Overtime in a game that we considered dead.
That should have been a Vitality win. They should have let it go in. Now Roas is there. He makes the touch. Kiileerrz get... Oh, the bench! The Twins! Put Vitality in the bin!
The ultimate twinigy of the death on Wasteland! Kiileerrz, you monstrous man! Vitality buried in the sand. Here at Gamers 8. A decisive, a deadly 4-0.
Wow. Rw9 just swept the world champions, showing how good Roas and Kiileerrz are at all 3 game modes. And their matchup in the semis would not be much easier. The other grand finalists at Worlds, Monkey Moon and BDS. After a close game 1 loss, Rw9 would win the next 4 games with Roas beating Monkey Moon 6-7. And the grand final would be a team they have already seen earlier in the tournament, Version 1. The team consisting of the new dynasty duo of Beast Mode and Daniel.
Roas is waiting, he's flicking it, this time he's not gonna miss again. Beast Mode leads back, it's 1-1 in the series. Rule 1, can't take a second, they can't take a half second. Desperate for this goal, here's Kiileerrz, he fakes it out, another fake saved! Where did Beast Mode come from? Where was he waiting? How has he read that one? How are we still in overtime?
Rw9 thought they had it. They thought they were headed to game 6. But V1 have closed the door again on another incredible save. Now here comes Daniel the other way. Flip reset. It's open for Beast Mode!
On one side, Beast Mode with one of the saves of the tournament, then down the other. He ensures that version 1 season can no longer be seen as a failure.
Unfortunately, Rw9 could not get their land run, falling short. However, beating both grand finalists of Worlds and pocketing $300,000, the Twins were feared as one of the best in the world heading into the 2024 RLCS season. However, on December 9th, 2023, the biggest organization with the largest funding signed the 2 twins, Falcons Esports, who would be the third, none other than TRK, the only player left from the old roster. And thus, everyone in the Rocket League scene knew this team would be world class. There were more good news for the MENA region as a whole too. Psyonix removed 1 major spot from both North America and Europe to distribute it to SSA and a second spot to the MENA region, because they outperformed expectations by a mile last season. And on the 26th of January, the first regional started, and immediately everyone knew Falcons was legit. Winning the first regional, not only that, but only dropping 2 singular games total in the entire regional. And the following 2 regionals, they triple crowned, totaling the Twins to 6 regional wins. Entering the Copenhagen Major, the first one of the 2024 season, Falcons knew they were capable of a crazy result. They just needed to prove it.
Steps up, Kiileerrz, free jumping right behind him, goes with a shot, Jolly! What's it there? Stood up in the end to soar high in their first match, and Roas will add to the count.
Not taken, hits the ground, we've got overtime.
The invincible blue wall might have a few holes in it now, but they've survived to force OT here, and another game on top! One falling into his net, it's a towel. Got the win on the 50, but it's sent away. Follow is denied as well by Roas. But Tira for the win!
Kiileerrz trying to slow things down. Can he get over Rise? Not quite, but he can drive forward to open up an opportunity. You fake off the net, and Roas give Falcons the win! Here they come, choosing with a shot on target. Kiileerrz with a save. Set this one up. This one could go in. It does, and it's... But offensively has been such a masterclass, and he's going to take a shot of his own towards the crossbar. Double on the goal line. Tuesday with the finish. Gentlemates are going to Saturday.
Vitality, Zen, there's no boost at all for Vitality. Can they get it down? Can TRK make it very Kiileerrz?
Hey, TRK gets a piece of it. Rebound now out to Kiileerrz. Kiileerrz delayed challenge. And that proves to be the perfect play call.
up quickly, past the Kiileerrz. Addo, big cut out here. Rawaz last back. Rise moving up field. Oh my God!
Karma Corp got revenge on Falcons, the heavy favorite of the entire major. A heartbreak for the team. So all they could do was go back home and grind for the second major in London. And Falcons looked even better than they did in the first split, winning 3 more regionals again for a total of 9 regional wins, winning every single regional all season. So they were confident heading into London, wanting to redeem themselves and get Mina their very first major win. And in the Swiss stage, they started well, going 3-0, beating SSG, BDS, and sweeping G2, which may be an important series in the future. Falcons was the only team to play other top 8 teams, making their 3-0 that more impressive.
Will we see for the first time no European teams in the top 2?
Dangerous position. Rw9 leaps over his own teammate, finds the pass. Well, they're making it difficult for themselves because they're not finding enough competition across the world. Surely now! 2-0! TRK! Not just yet, that's a good challenge. Huge win. Seiko backboard double! And it's not in! Follow! It has to be! Got Rw9 in support. Kiileerrz far side. Rw9 on the ball. TRK looking for demos! It's a triple triad that you just can't deal with!
See up, and by Rw9. Again, these 30 boost challenges from both sides. Seiko takes it up. One more on the backboard. Drop down, Falcons with a clear follow-up goal! Worry him out of it, but Rw9 is downfield. I love this from the Falcons. He's still got a flip to use. Top it! They're throwing it away. Seiko's up with the backboard double. Does he have it? He's got to fake it out. First goal's in, mates!
To the side of the field. TRK.
This is it.
Back out.
This is it. The last
he's going to wait for him. Oh!
You are kidding me! TRK with the biggest dunk of his career!
Out of nothing, Falcons are back in it!
This is so important off this kickoff. It's got to go to the way, mates. It's Touchy gets 2. Rw9 is low, but he finds the corner.
The pressure cooker has been dialed up, out to the field. Taking the shot, backboard.
On for the mates. Juicy with the reset. Can he pick him apart? Blocked out.
It is all gentlemates. Can they get the chance? TRK takes it away! And the Falcons are going to the grand finals.
Entering this final, Falcons were massive favorites. Early in the tournament, Falcons swept them and outscored the NA 1 seed 12-2. And this series shocked everyone.
The main characters of this main event have proved themselves to be the undisputed #1 in their respective regions. The resilient Falcons will not be denied their rightful glory, but the Kings of North America look to ascend from Beast Mode to God Mode. Legends will be made as we close the book on this epic tale. Will the G2 Army plant their flag in London, or will Mina royalty reign supreme? Falcons, G2 in your grand finals. Fire up and let's roll!
That's it for Kiileerrz. This is what Falcons need. Kiileerrz on the ball. They're so mad and attacking goes over. Falcons get the equalizer. The Twinergy in game 1. No, not quite, Daniel. Another block. G2 now the finish line in sight. It's shot down. Who else but Beast Mode? The crowd counting down. G2 are gonna get their hands on this trophy. The US.
Falcons had the entire crowd convinced they were the best team in the world. until the grand final came and they collapsed, not looking like their regular form. Another heartbreak for Falcons. There were two tournaments, however, that could change everything: the Esports World Cup and the World Championship 1 month later. The EWC is a huge esports event held in Riyadh, with Rocket League being one of the featured esports. 4 groups with 4 teams each and only 2 teams qualifying out of each group, and Falcons needed a lane win at home, where once again they would have a good start, a trend with all the offline events they have played. A dominant win over Furia put Falcons in front of the team who stole their first major win, G2. Although Beast Mode was replaced by another outstanding player, Nas, Falcons stomped their nightmare, putting themselves in yet another grand finals, proving how consistently scary this team is. They needed this lane win to avoid heartbreak again.
Things, but if any team were able to do it, surely it could be BDS. You get the dunk as long as you got speed and square on the ball, you always got a chance. Kiileerrz, he doesn't even have to touch it. TRK takes the game. Oh my God.
Team Falcons have kept it shut so far. Did he find the angle? Exotic with a world-class shot.
Them down in that midfield, and they forced them to come out with the solo plays, but they find each other in the box, and TRK puts it home.
And the grand finals, and now they're on golden goal, tournament goal. Kiileerrz wants game 7, but Exotic has stood in the way. They have not been able to break through him, and he forces another 50 out. Monkey Moon with the shot. Oh my God! Monkey Moon right into space. Your Esports Cup World Champions, my God!
Once again, Falcons came up short, another second place. At least Rw9 got a free $50,000 for having the most demos in the event. This tough loss against BDS had to be ignored by TRK and the Twins, as in the future, this team could be an issue for the World Championship 3 weeks later. Falcons entered the World Championship with 2 second places under their belt with only 1 goal in mind: winning everything. And again, Falcons started great with another 3-0 Swiss stage alongside G2, a team that they knew they were capable of beating, and in the process also beating BDS, giving them incredible amounts of confidence. With their 3-0 Swiss stage, they were in the upper bracket to face Carmine Corp, Falcons boogeyman in the first major. 2 lives to make a top 4. Falcons' final chance this season to finally take home that major trophy.
Falcons have made sure they're doing some defending. They have to, and they have to do a bit better there. This was going to bounce into the centre. Atoma beats him to it. Is there a player in the centre that need to be? Oh, it's Atoma again. Atoma prods it to the side.
They're still going. Kiileerrz tries to make a spinner, and he's demoed up the pass, and the ball comes through. Vatira with the squishy, and it's sent back 2 seconds on the play. TRK down. Starting to take that away from them as time goes on. Pass one,
and suddenly Team Falcons will be thinking, where did that play go wrong? 20 seconds now. TRK into the center. Here's Rw9.
This one up to the ceiling and down. This one fakes and left. Oh, Town leaves it for Vatira. 1v1. It's the goal. Wait, right up in. He's in.
Tug of war in this overtime. That shot on target, and it's in! Team Falcons, why not add another to the board? Shot will be on target. Oski, chance to redirect.
TRK has Kiileerrz on the left. If he wants to find it, he's faked everyone. Ball still in the air. They just need it down. Team Falcons top 4.
All the way to the back line. Kiileerrz, midfield. Kiileerrz no boost. There's the play. Is it going to be a goal? Oh, he tried to win it. Exotic got it. Wide open. Flicks down the field. It won't matter. Exotic. TRK tried to go for it, but the defense cleared the way. Rw9 to TRK. Oh, whoa. Correct. But TRK on the back wall. Now it's Rw9. He got a double. Does he get it? Bang! Through E5. Does a quick drop. TRK got it. No boost. Plays it to Trolley. The Wolves has no boost, but put the shot on. Is there going to be a follow-up? Oh, it's denied. 2 for Exotic. Yes! Oh, that's a good 50 for Falcons, but oh, he actually wins the 50. Pass to Rw9. Shot. Nobody back. Certainly nobody with any boost. Only Trolley to beat. Oh, double. No, denied. It's still in the air.
Once again, there was tragedy for Falcons. A top 4 finish, failing the reverse sweep, ending the 2024 season. Now, many teams after Worlds changed rosters. Hell, even the world champions BDS did. But Falcons were different and did not switch up their rosters, still believing they were the 3 best players in the MENA region, still believing they can finally jump this last hurdle. Just before the new 2025 season, a new tournament would be hosted, the FIFA EU World Cup. 16 nations competing, with Saudi hosting once again. And with Saudi hosting, we all knew who would represent the home country: TRK, Rw9, and Kiileerrz. Now, this event was formatted extremely differently compared to other RLCS events. A World Cup-esque format with 2 groups of 8 playing a double round robin and best of 2s. Yes, you heard that right, best of 2s. So draws would be possible in these matchups. And with Saudi's performance and legacy of the 3 players, you would think they would be the favorites. Well, a certain French squad took the eyes of everybody. Zen, Vatira, and Monkey Moon. A team with multiple LAN champions, a team with multiple world champions, and a team with multiple MVP awards. It was every French player's wet dream to see these 3 on the same team. So the French were Saudi's biggest rival. In the group stage, they started off rocky with 4 straight draws, but ended up finishing the group stage on top with 7 wins and 7 draws. The only team in their group to not lose a single series. And as expected, France did the same in their group. So if Saudi were going to face France, it would be in the grand final. But first, they had to face Chile in the quarterfinal to start their playoffs. And in this matchup, they stomped Chile and Brazil 4-0 to advance to yet another grand finals. And their opponent was none other than France. Another opportunity to take home an offline win.
That full commit, they know what's at stake. They could get another game win here as we approach. TRK between the eyes! Just taking gunshot after gunshot, but somehow they're still standing up, and they're on fire! Back to back! That went through the quarterfinals, that absolutely stomped Brazil. This is the team that just may win the World Cup. 6, but it doesn't matter because there's Kiileerrz through 1. There's Kiileerrz, 1, 2. Oh, he's so cold! Just give him the trophy now, and give Kiileerrz the MVP medal. Another shot and another goal! TRK starting to extinguish all hope for France. Well, there just may be a skeleton in a coffin. Here we go. There's final pass, little flip, and take it down. Zen one more time. Zen, he's done it before. Can he do it again? No! Saudi Arabia done it! They've broken the curse! You're FIFA World Champions! Saudi Arabia are in a class of their own!
Saudi beat the French super team in their home country, only dropping 1 single game, going 12-1 in their entire playoff run, showing their incredible speed and classy fakes. A playstyle very difficult to replicate and counter. A LAN win finally for this beloved trio. Every player earned an MVP award each day, with TRK winning tournament MVP, showing the absolute dominance this entire squad showed. A great start for the 2025 season. And the first regional of the 2025 season, Falcons won once again, putting the Twins' regional wins all the way up to double digits. And TRK's wins all the way up to 22 regional wins, by far the most in MENA. Unfortunately, Twisted Minds, consisting of 2 imports, ending their streak, beating Falcons in 7 games to take regional 2. Falcons came back to take the 3rd regional to represent MENA as the 1st seed, the Birmingham Major. Falcons did get their first offline win, but they still wanted an RLCS major win. And despite the trends in the past, Falcons won the first 2, but then lost to both Karma Corp and the Ultimates. Fortunately, Unfortunately, they did face Luminosity, Apex team in round 5 to advance to the playoffs. And after a dominant sweep over GK, they faced NRG, the old G2 squad from last season, a series we have seen plenty of times in the past. And in terms of intensity, this series was by far the most entertaining one.
Falcons looking to complete the revenge tour.
To make them work. They are making them work here, but the work is being done.
And again, brilliant positioning. Just takes away the play. And now we're over top. One-on-one. It's on the line. It's in the net.
20 seconds left. Energy not giving away careless. And brief flip shot. The infield pass. The arcade connected well with it. Energy save it.
Daniel has been unbelievable for the last 90 seconds. How on earth he spot he was needed? Oh, it's off the post. Here comes the shot. It was
7 seconds to go in regulation.
It's going to be laid over. Clears. Oh, he's revenge. He's actually got plenty of time. Realized he was getting challenged. Can he recover it? Oh, it's off the fire. Needed Daniel to come and help him out.
It's better timing though by Falcons with their challenges, and now the infield pass lands.
He's just going to get rid of it. 30 seconds left. Do not expect Falcons to do anything too silly. Oh, that's unbelievable. The corner. Kiileerrz. Oh, that's so difficult.
Unable to get the ball past Daniel. He's settling for the long overtime. Now it's on the goal line. Rowas is there.
Oh, here comes Rowas. Shot. Froud looks for the pass to Daniel. Daniel back to the top.
Unfortunately, Falcons had their worst LAN performance since exactly 1 year ago, still searching for their first RLCS LAN win. They head home and kept grinding and kept dominating the regionals, which they did for the rally split, winning out and triple crowning once again, dominating every grand final. And entering the rally major, Falcons were hungry, and they showed it immediately in the first day, looking like a completely fresh and new team for the last major. And this is one of the most dominant runs from Team Falcons.
Back into it. OT we go. KB1 gets one bump out the way, and that's what I'm talking about. You come back in, and you can't make any mistakes. Kiileerrz trying to keep it out. Big 50-50 banging off the ceiling. Demo from Rowas. That's going to open up the bottom left corner.
50 he can to keep Falcons at bay. Wants a double tap. That one's over the head. The fake goes, and there's where it's really. I can mess it up, and we're still walking in.
I kind of wish that they choked it a little bit just to see what would happen. I mean, this is okay. This is just too much.
So quick to follow each other. Kiileerrz trying to do it by himself.
They tried just to force it with a reset earlier. A demo downfield opens up. Oh, and he got the hit.
One in with his style, but three might be more than enough. Let's see if they can find it right here. Rowas for one, center to Kiileerrz.
Work it out. Great start here for Falcons so far. There's a beautiful pass. Found boost at a premium at the moment. It's been all Falcons dominating the field position. That's up the bar. Won't be able to get back. Shot on shot in. Rowas all game. From the ceiling to the floor. Rowas finds.
Drop down to Rowas. Does he have another in the tank? Of course he does. He's on a tear. Up right there.
Infield pass.
Quick shot.
It's an open net, and it's going to be another goal for Team Falcons. Oh, Beastmode, big X factor for NRG this year. Rowas doing it all himself. He can just insistent. They can come out with this one, the Falcons call, and then block to the arcade.
Beastmode underneath, and the 50 goes out to Daniel. Off the wall, off the corner, and in.
Daniel last back. Daniel demo. Kiileerrz open net. Atomic can't save it.
And it looked like Beastmode both there to stop the play on that occasion. And it's Kiileerrz again.
It goes all the way down the field. Team Falcons to the grand final.
Don't want to be caught like a goldfish in the bowl. Oh, but you're grounded in Heard CJ talk about it. Stizzy is
your winners and Rally Major Champions, Team Falcons!
After all of the second place finishes and grand final collapses, Falcons got the job done, finally taking home their first RLCS major title. And this is a great time to get hot, as there was the Esports World Cup and the RLCS World Championship following the next few months. But before we get to the EWC, this video is sponsored by me. If you made it this far in the video and are part of the 72% that is not subscribed, subscribing helps me out tremendously. And I am super close to hitting 2,000 subs by the end of the year. And it would also help me because I sit in front of Premiere Pro for 12 hours a day. Also, I do have a Discord that is linked in the description of this video where we talk about RLCS, roster moves, and just future video ideas. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, join the free Discord community in the description below. I will always be active there, and all the music I have used in this 1 hour long project will be down there as well. Thank you for making it this far in the video again. Now, where were we? Oh yeah. Breaking the curse, Falcons are hot, and the EWC run for the Twins. Falcons got placed into the Group of Death Boys, as people called it, featuring Falcons, Ultimates, GK, and Furia. All top level teams and the most stacked top to bottom. However, this was no problem for Falcons, as they beat both GK and the Ultimates to cruise to the playoffs. And after a dominant 4-1 W against SSG, they faced Carmine Corp, where they had one of the most intense high level series.
Actually buys a lot of time for K-Corp to get set too low on boost for Falcons. Kiileerrz will make sure he gets the pass out. TRK! Kiileerrz actually might have a spot here. He does make it hard, but it's saved. But here's still in trouble. Wow!
Find consistent possession and not really let the Falcons engine get started, pinging around the post.
Falcons get a little bit something going for them. There's a global shot.
Oh, nice.
The demo doesn't matter. We all got smoked, and so did KC.
Kiileerrz will track back and stop. Ross got a cut with Zero here, tries to put it on frame. There's TRK, and that's gonna
quickly. Batira. Well, the whifty and just a whiff afterwards. And here comes Falcons off and in 1-0.
Temptation from Matau with only 29, chips it off the backboard to himself, looking for the bump. There's Raleigh backside, and that's probably win this game. Unfortunately, comes up empty and back the other way. Raleigh. Long way to go. 3 minutes, it's still 0-0. K-Corp can be playing a great game, but as I was saying, you can be playing a great game, but look what happens with one little physicality starting to take a small level up here in regulation in Game 6. Kiileerrz with a dive ball, and denied by the post.
KC were able to score at the end of the last game to steal it. Now they get another touch. Batira looking for a pump. Goal!
There's time.
Got the kickoff, and it's way too hard. Carmine Corp take down Team Falcons at the Esports World Cup.
After this tough loss to a 0-second goal, Falcons still had to play in a third place match, which honestly I was a fan of going in, where it was an absolute back and forth series with Zen and Rawas having goal of the event contenders.
This game, the 1-0 is suiting them quite nicely. Rawas to the ceiling, a ground. When Rawas breaks the sound barrier. Oh, it's putting on a showing on the reset as well. Talk about threading the needle. That was destroying it.
All right, it's a massive dunk. Pure Vitality, you're looking at this game thinking,
oh, never mind. If you're Vitality, you quite frankly don't care about getting his ground pinch. From the reset end to the wall, what? Straight at the back, nobody is home, and yet Zen still kicks the door down.
And after even more back and forth, we found ourselves in a Game 7 tied up on the way to OT until Exotic made a crucial mistake.
Bro, if this hits the floor, which it probably will, but
no, it's going to be Kiileerrz. It's going to be a chance. It's going to be an own goal. Vitality. Throw it away in the death. Monkey Moon thought he was challenging 2. It ends up as 3.
It's agony for Team Vitality, but jubilation for the Falcons.
Falcons did redeem themselves, beating Vitality and yet another entertaining series. And these matches were good practice for the big event set in September, the RLCS World Championship. Another chance to give MENA their first world champions. And just like in the past, they were great in the group stage, only dropping one game advancing to a guaranteed top 6. And in the upper bracket quarterfinals, Falcons faced an unfamiliar opponent from the land down under, Wildcard. Even though Falcons were the favorites, the crowd desperately wanted to see Wildcard make a deeper run. But Falcons shut the crowd up, beating Wildcard 4-1 to send the Twins to the semi-finals at Worlds, where they met Karmine Corp, a face they have seen many times. And this series decided who played NRG in the World Championship Grand Final.
Players on Team
Kiileerrz had the first clear, no one's back in net!
A weak shot on target. You set up a counterattack for your opponents, and K-Corp missing a beat.
Oh, they're doubled up because K-Corp are giving Falcons a ride right now. Oh, Froud double. To 50. Drawley, one touch. Oh, Drawley, oh my God.
Another perfect 50 sets up the goal.
They find the optimal one. That one wasn't optimal, but they whipped. TRK going through. Still everyone from K-Corp posted. Goal for Kiileerrz!
Late in the game.
Yeah, the fake from Roas that forced everybody up the back wall. Now Drawley gives it right back. Batira demos one. Alto, no boost shot, but it's a bouncer. Drawley!
Teeth, but how long can they do this?
Oh, shot underneath! What a save! Are you kidding, Batira? Another one. Alto, it's a double side flip here from K-Corp, and somehow they survive for now. But Falcons are flying. Falcons are scoring!
Team Falcons.
Gonna get by Roas. Kiileerrz pop up again here from the midfield. Pass, shot, goal!
No hesitation from Kiileerrz.
The burning question of Rocket League of all time.
Kickoff going the way of Team Falcons. Their K-Corp known for their kickoffs, but it's Team Falcons.
Trying to clear the pavement as well, but Falcons are just stopping them. Here's one more for Atto. Two denied. Atto has the Drawley hit. It was off target. Another shot. High. Another shot. No, he's going to play it. He plays the ball, not the boost. That gives Roas a chance out. Roas has been unbeatable on these 50s lately, but that's a free ball. Batira! Kiileerrz, all of his boost, holds the reset, but just denied, opens the gap for TRK!
At wall. The way Kiileerrz is playing, he's oozing with confidence. Oh. But there's the shot off the bar. It bounced off TRK's car as well.
He looking for a goal, a demo, in beneath. Here's the shot of the fake. Drawley saved by Kiileerrz. Roas will not allow a rebound.
I don't believe my eyes.
Atto, pass. No, it's done. Falcons will put it down. Falcons, one more.
The demo and both players getting boost. This could be good for K-Corp.
Oh.
Batira's shot again saved by Roas.
Ollie, we haven't really said his name in a while. He's been quiet, and the demo opens it up. There's no boost, so he can't turn. He's got to play defense. Drawley been doing that a lot. Wait a minute. Pass, shot, saved off the bar. The world off. Batira looking for Drawley. Drawley back over to Atto. No boost. Back to Drawley. Drawley on the post.
Down, please. Nice.
Drawley.
Nice. No.
Atto. He loses it.
Focus.
Time is out. Time is over. The ball's still in the air. Drawley.
They did it. Oh my God, they fucking did it, bro. They're gonna win this shit. This shit's theirs. This shit's actually so theirs. Oh my God, bro.
Falcons
And that's why I root for this team, bro. What other team's doing that? What other team is doing that? There's none.
This grand final would write history for one of these regions.
Introducing first on the blue side. First, the scoring machine, Kiileerrz. The Twin Terror, Rw9. And the three most dangerous letters in Rocket League, TRK. Together they are Team Falcons. Here. We'll learn a lot about both teams' mettle. And Daniel, one so far in this opening game in favor of the team that's got the lead, but Kiileerrz answers right back. To climb over and realize he was going to get beat. Daniel again, far down, and set. He loses to 50. Dan last back with low boost. He gets the shot up. And NRG continue to struggle to find an equalizer. Down in front, Beast. They have such a great second man follow-up. It's been tough for Falcons to really kind of challenge them on the ball. That's a great pass to Atomic. Oh, Atomic burns through the defense. Oh, here's Mark. Get all of that ball and all. That's wide open. And Kiileerrz will score. Very awkward for them. They need something here. Oh, Beast Mode very patient. Here comes Atomic and TRK there. Kiileerrz the next save on Daniel. Everybody shoots. Nobody scores. Beast Mode bullying everybody around. Atomic high. Daniel the rebound. No one's been able to break this deadlock yet. You marvel at both teams defensively, but this time it's Kiileerrz. They're going to keep this pressure on. They've got it, and they've got it. We get to golden goal in game 3. Oh, that's it for Beast Mode. It is gone. 2 minutes left in game 4. Despite all the pressure, can NRG score? No! Blocked up by Ross. Atomic wants to keep this in for Daniel. Dan's got it. You're going to see that physicality, boy. You might see another one. It's Dan again. Atomic for Mina's World Championship hopes. Oh, not if Ross has anything to say about it. He sets up Kiileerrz here first. The doubt will surely start to creep in. Beast Mode, double tap. But Atomic, strong play, has Dan downfield. Yeah, wait, what's Atomic? Atomic, thanks to another demolition. Loose in front. Ross to TRK, and he scores! Oh my goodness! Kiileerrz had to send it downfield. TRK couldn't stay down there. He had to run back and has to make a save. Beast Mode! On this, or will Falcons be able to score? It hits the ground! They've done it! NRG are the kings of the world! This time the confetti finally falls for Saphew, Atomic, and NRG!
Falcons ended their historic 2025 season with yet another second place. An absolute heartbreak for the Twins, TRK, and the Middle East region as a whole. And with this, the Falcons were expected to return to the RLCS at 2026 the same. However, rumors are floating around Twitter that TRK would be dropped from the roster, and on September 18th, just a few days after Worlds concluded, the ball dropped. And the day after, the contract was signed. And Drawley, debatably the best player in the world this past season, was the highest paid player for the upcoming 2026 RLCS season. Now, when I make these documentaries, players in Org switch up rosters usually multiple times a season, but this team dynamic has been around for almost 2 years. It came as a shock to everyone that the team was finally disbanding. And after winning the 3rd major in the Saudi E-League, the team parted ways. It was an administrative decision, and this team would not be signed under the same org. And for TRK, he joined a scary roster to compete against Falcons.
Where is TRK?
TRK would play alongside Nupo, the 1v1 world champ, and Monkey Boot, a 2-time world champion. And the first time Falcons and Twisted Minds bumped heads was in the Saudi E-League Championship. In the upper bracket final, Twisted won in a best-of-5 series. But after a Falcon sweep in the lowers, they met again in the grand final, with a marathon of a series. And the second encounter, Twisted won again, and it was clear that these two teams were the best by far in their respective region. And the question remained, who was number 1? And in the very first regional of the 2026 season, they faced in the grand final yet again, where TRK and Twisted Minds beat the Twins in Game 6 yet again, solidifying Twisted as the best in Middle East. For now. What if I told you we get to see these players play alongside each other again to represent their country? That's right, the defending champions of the FIFA World Cup were here to attempt a back-to-back. We got to see TRK and the Twins play once again, and just like the year before, Saudi topped their group going 11-2-1. In the playoffs, it was a breeze, beating both Belgium and Brazil 4-1 to lead Team Falcons to another top 2. And on the other side of the pitch stood a nation they were familiar with, France, consisting of Vatira, Zen, and Juicy. And this is your grand finale of the Rise of the Twins.
Space given. Yeah, great play from Juicy to even get this chance, and now he gets to the 0, who must score! Ends the way that it started. France on the up. Can they see away the game this time? Saudi Arabia equalising the first, but it's them who have the kick-off. It's TRK coming in. Here's the crossbar. Ruas now he arrives underneath Zen, but Juicy clears, and maybe that's one attack too many.
It's a short-lived clear though, but
Nearly, that was a proper chance.
Yeah, I don't think Kiileerrz quite expected that challenge to go as well as it did. I think there was going to be a little more. Here comes Ruas down in front of the net. Kiileerrz a little tight with 0, goes for the bomb and fakes it out, and that's still safe. Just has such poise on the goal line, and a deep clear. Kiileerrz isn't going to make it. France is going to score.
To Juicy, this is better, so much better now. From Saudi Arabia to the backboard. Ruas, see them!
The interesting thing for me right now is France does lead as far as ball touches go. This is one of the better shots.
Oh, it's just beginning to run out of time. The clock will be in their minds. Oh, Vatira!
Cross. That's going to be equal at best. Kiileerrz trying to force it with 0, top right.
How's he done that?
You're so upset because Saudi Arabia is about to rip you to shreds as that one top the net and denied. Ruas will be kicked aside. While his team is back on his defensive half, he's rotating out to Saudi Arabia's side.
Oh no!
Kick off goal, but Vatira's going to make it 2-0.
Now, France able to slowly boost our Saudi and forcing them on the transition out for France.
Yeah, is that the moment? Maybe they would have thought they had it there. It is broken. You can't blame them.
8 seconds on the clock here. Ruas is going to carry it on his nose. You see TRK down in the bottom. He leaves it for him. It's a shot. It's a bounce. It's a float, and it's still in play.
Saudi Arabia has to do it now. It's all or nothing. Onto the backboard. Zen gets the touch. Is that the one that takes France over the line? It's Kiileerrz, but Juicy, the new man, the questioned, the one who came in place of Monkey Moon.
Unfortunately, the story of the Twins does not end as a fairy tale. And yet another second place finish. Their 4th second place finish in S-tier tournaments. They did finally get their international win. They got their first RLCS win. Now, they just needed a world championship under their belt. The storybook has not been closed yet as they prepare for the second regional and the rest of the RLCS 2026. This is Mezzanine. Like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.